Hello folks, welcome to quiz number 11. Hurrah! I'm assuming you've watched a few of these before, but just in case you haven't, I'm going to read 20 questions. I'm not going to read you the answers on this video. I will put the answers on a different video. So you can spool backwards and forwards through this as much as you like. You can pause it, you can get things repeated, you can do things in a different order. You could do the whole quiz backwards if you choose. Up to you. Yeah, that's it really. I hope you enjoy. Round one is entitled The Age of Heroes. This is the first 5 questions. I'm going to read you the names of 2 famous sports personalities. All I want you to do is tell me which of them is the older. Which is older out of question 1, Gary Lineker and Ryan Giggs. So who's the older of those 2? Gary Lineker, Ryan Giggs. Question 2. Who's older, Mo Farah or Usain Bolt? Which ages you more quickly, running long distances quite quickly or running short distances incredibly quickly? Or just which takes more time to get good at, I suppose. Anyway, question 2, Mo Farah or Usain Bolt, which is the older of the 2? Question 3, Venus Williams or Serena Williams? Sisters, obviously. Which is the older sister, Venus or Serena Williams? Who's older? Question 4, one for the children of the 70s and 80s like myself, where the only snooker championships ever seemed to be between Steve Davis and Jimmy White. So I want to know who's the older of those 2, Steve Davis or Jimmy White. I remember being off sick. We discussed this when we did the quiz. Whenever you were off sick, you ended up watching snooker. I remember watching it on a black and white telly with a dial for the channels. That old. Stop binging, computer. Yeah, and it was always bleeding Steve Davis and Jimmy White, no matter what you did. And on a black and white telly, snooker was entertaining anyway. Question 5. Who's the older, Ellie Simmonds or Nicola Adams? Ellie Simmonds, Paralympic gold medalist swimmer, or Nicola Adams, gold medalist boxer? Who's the older of those 2? Moving on. The next round is the sort of science maths round. Those of you who, like me, last studied maths in the 1990s may have forgotten what standard form is. It's not vital that you remember, but it helps me in terms of explaining these questions. Standard form was a way of writing big numbers without having to write all those extra zeros on the end. What you did was you wrote the first number, put anything else after a decimal point, which we don't need to worry about too much, but then you counted up the numbers after the digits after the first number, and you just did times 10 to that number. So for example, 6 million could be written 6,000,000, or 6 times 10 to the power 6. And it was that little 6 floating above the 10 told you that you needed to put 6 zeros after the 6 to make 6 million. 6 million was a really rubbish example because it involved 6 twice. Hopefully you'll get the gist. I'm going to read you a distance or an amount. I want you to tell me how many zeros I need to add on to the number in the amount to make the statement correct. So for example, I might say London has a population of 7. Your answer would be 6, because I need 6 zeros after that 7 to make the statement London has a population of 7 million. 7 million, 6 zeros, so your answer would be 6. I just want to know how many zeros you need to add, which would be the little floating figure above the 10, if you remember what standard form is. Why do I make these so complicated? Question 6. The distance to the moon in kilometres, rounded up, is 4. So obviously it's not 4 kilometres, it's 4 kilometres. I want to know how many zeros I need to add to that 4 to make the statement correct. So if you thought it was 400 kilometres to the moon, your answer would be 2, because it's 2 zeros. If you thought it was 40,000, then it would be 4, because it's 4 and 4 zeros. Might be either of those, might not. Question 7. The estimated number of insect species worldwide is 9. It's probably more than 9. how many zeros do I need to add onto that 9 to make the statement correct? So if you thought it was 90, your answer would be 1. If you thought it was 9 million, your answer would be 6. 6. Question 8. How many molecules in 18.015 grams of water? The 0.015 won't help you much. How many molecules are there in 18.015 grams of water? There are 6. Whatever. How many zeros do I need after that 6? Question 9. The millipede with the most legs has 7. So the millipede with the most legs has 7. 7 what? 700, 7 million, 70,000, 7 gazillion, however many zeros that is. All I need you to tell me is how many zeros I need to add on to my 7. And lastly, estimated stars in the Milky Way, 1 to 4. So 1 to 4,000, 1 to 4 million, 1 to 4 billion. How many zeros do I need to add on? Estimated stars in the Milky Way, that's question 10. So now I'm going to play you the music round. The music round this week, these are all bits of instrumental music taken from film franchise, one film franchise. For half a point, I want you to tell me the name of the film from within that franchise. And for half a point, I want you to tell me who is playing the titular character. The franchise should become fairly obvious once I start playing these tunes. Here we go. Sorry, just pootling around with the volume levels so that you can hear them. Here we go. There we are. So obviously you can spool the video back and listen to those again if you need them again. Again, for half a point, I'm looking for the name of the film. All the films are from one franchise. And for half a point, I'm looking for the name of the actor or actress playing the titular character. Okay, last round. This is the art and culture round. The round is entitled It's Awful Heavy. This is in honour of my great auntie Edna, no longer with us, very sadly. She lived to the ripe old age of, I think it was about 92 she lived to. And she discovered night school as a pensioner. And so she was always doing something. She tried floristry, she did some painting, she did embroidery, she did all kinds of things. And we remember asking her once, "What are you up to at the moment, Edna?" She said, "Yeah, I'm trying a bit of sculpture. It's nice, but it's awful heavy." So this round is entitled "It's Awful Heavy." I'm going to show you 5 famous sculptures or very indicatively styled sculptures. I want you to tell me the name of the sculptor. So here we go. Question 1 is this one. Whose sculpture is this? Currently in Paris, I believe. Who made that? Question 2. This one. I'm not entirely sure where this one is at the moment, but it's fairly indicative of this sculptor's style. I don't know whether you can see properly on there, but there are sort of guitar strings or something along those lines sort of stretched across that open space in the middle. I don't know whether that helps or hinders. If I hold it a little closer to the camera, there we go, you can see a bit better. So that's question 2. Question 3, excuse the scribble on the side, there's these guys. Who made this and lots more like them? You're only looking for the surname. I don't need the first name as well. Just the surname for a point. Question 4. Sorry. So these have been questions 16, 17. This is question... No, 16, 17, and 18. This is question 19. I'm terribly sorry. I will go back through these. Question 19. Who's the sculptor here? With his overly big hands and feet and face. And question 20, you've got 2 pictures of the same sculpture / installation here. So this is what each of the figures sort of looks like, and this is their setting at the beach there. Who made those? So that's question 20. So just to recap, because I got the numbers wrong, that's question 16 is this guy. Question 17 is this. Question 18 is these guys, not my scribble. Question 19 is this guy. And question 20 is these guys. Hurrah! That's the end of the quiz, folks. Enjoy. I'll be back with the answers shortly.